Good morning. BJ and Joe Ondo out and about on the recumbents. That snap you hear is the my clip-in cleats hooking into my pedals. But yeah, we're just out for a ride today. It's Saturday, and we're riding along the upper part of the Templeton Gap Trail. I guess this is almost kind of the middle part of the Templeton Gap Trail. Thank you. You too. Have a good one. Yeah, definitely tell it's a Saturday. It's already busy. That's St. Mary's High School recreation field up there. They're the only Catholic high school in the city that I know of. And this is an urban trail, as you can tell. Got lots of houses. It's an older area, but it's one of the nicer older areas around here. We're coming up on Union Boulevard, which if you guys have been around for a little while, you've probably seen this several times. Yeah, I do have to apologize. That is you know, by not being able to afford a car, well, a truck actually, in our van, you know, we really can't we really kind of have to do the same trails, you know, kind of over and over, which we don't mind because we, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, as far as we're concerned. Any day you can ride's a good day. But I know to some of you guys it might be getting a little old, so I understand. Alright, so we got to go underneath here, so I need to kind of reset a couple of things. Joe, why don't you go around me? Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, you go ahead and go. Wait for me up there somewhere. I need to back up a little bit because I am in the wrong gear. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. I got a little too close because I need to shift back. And now, oh, don't do that. Okay, here we go. Ole, 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 ole. Okay, here we go. Now I gotta cut this hard, where Joe doesn't have to. She can make it normal. I gotta cut it really hard. All right. I snuck up on her. No, 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 no. Doodaloo. Okay. Yeah. So we're now back on the T-Gap Trail. Back to the you know, the concrete part of it, which is really nice. It is a beautiful day, but it's going to be quite warm. It's supposed to hit, like, you know, above 90 Fahrenheit. So it's gonna be a warmie today. Bike back. Thank you. Have a good day. That's like I said. One thing I've noticed about e-bikers, boy, man, they jam that thing up on, you know, whatever their top level is for their e-assist system, and they fly. Joe and I, you know, we're just not into the speed, so we don't do that. One nice thing about it is it makes our battery last a lot longer. But yeah, we as we've talked about before, you know, we don't do this for speed. We do this for you know, we just like to ride. Howdy. And you know, somebody out here's got to be a smell the roses type rider, so that's us. We're just in no hurry. That's another reason we don't do a lot of group rides. Number one, there aren't very many. But number two, we just you know, even, yeah, we could, you know, we could keep up with them, you know, but we really don't really want to. Now don't get me wrong, I would love to be able to go to a big rally, you know, like the Tot rally or the Recumbent retreat, or you know, the what is that? Oh, I can't think of the name of the one that's in Wisconsin. The pedal something rally, pedal point, pedal pusher, pedal something rally, you know. It would be cool, you know, just to hang out and BS with a whole bunch of other trikers and stuff, you know. That would really be slick. But for us, that's a major financial endeavor. Because first we'd have to rent a truck or a van, and I will tell you that is not cheap. That's $80 to $100 a day, and that doesn't count the $40 a day for either $25 to $40 a day for insurance. So you know, you can rack that up pretty fast. And then of course, you know, you've got gas and food and expenses and motels, and I mean, it's bad. It's a lot of money. Passing on your left. No one else behind me. Have a good day. Yeah, you'll kind of notice that a lot of our trails run right along these the drainage system. That seems to be a very popular place to they like to put our trails. Nobody behind us. Which way do you want to go? Okay, go straight. Thank you, sir. So we're going to take the straight fork instead of the left fork. So this will take us to, if we take us to the end, it will take us to Ranch Road. Howdy. And like I said, this goes right along the drainage canal. I'm in 3. Give Joe a little room here. Let's go straight. It's only 9:30. A little early. If we go straight by the time we do that and then go back, we should be in good shape. Okay, go back to 1. Yeah, that outcropping of rocks that I was just, I just showed you. That's why they call this area Austin Bluffs. And they got a whole bunch of those around here. Well, that's why they call it Bluffs, I should say. They called it Austin Bluffs because there was a gentleman with the last name of Austin that owned most of this land, way back in the 1800s. And he was, he was a rancher. And then he sold, I guess he kind of sold out to, as they started building up this way, he sold out, and of course they turned it into housing areas. Yeah, it's funny. I found out from the folks at EBO, which is oh, come on, BJ, Electric Bike Outfitters, and that's the motor system and battery that Joe has on hers, the rear hub motor. I thought hers was a torque sensing system, but they say it's cadence, but it doesn't seem to work like mine. And yet mine's a cadence, because if we're both in 3, I catch up with her pretty easy. And then I have to kind of back off or I'll run her over. She almost needs to go to 4 when I'm in 3. But now her 1 is stronger than my 1. I think our 2s are fairly even. So we're not 100% compatible, but it still usually works out okay. Especially since I switched on mine, you can set it up for 3 levels, 5 levels, or 9 levels. Now that doesn't mean you get more power every time you go up a level, because you don't. What it does is if you go up to 9, it divides out the power differently than at 5, because it's like at 5, level 2 was super strong. I mean super strong. Joe could be in 4 and I could run her over. So in 2. So basically I spread the power band out by having them set it up to 9 levels. Now I'm going to be honest with you. We rarely ever use above 3. I mean, that's just a pure rarity. You know, like we got to get out of somebody's way really fast or something. Because we just have, you know, the PAS, the pedal assist system. We don't have throttles. Now, they're both capable of having throttles, so we can always have them put on if we decide our physical health, you know, demands it. The only problem of it is when you put on a throttle, it changes it from a class 1 e-bike, e-trike, whatever you want to call it, to a class 2. And some of the trails, you know, class 2s aren't allowed. So, like I said, unless our health demands it, we're gonna stick with just PAS. Another thing too that helps, you know, because we can only afford a battery a piece. We don't have the luxury of having, you know, be able to afford 2 or 3 batteries. So we're pretty happy with the PAS system. I mean, you know, that pedal assist de-assist is just really nice, boy. You get on a steep incline, you set it up to like 3, and you can just pedal nice and easy. Okay, well, we're coming to the end. Good morning. We're coming to the end. We're at Ranch Drive, I guess. I thought it was Ranch Road, but it's actually Ranch Drive. So we're going to turn around here over at the Bethel Mennonite Church. And when I get over here, I'm going to go ahead and shut her down for a little while. And we'll pick her back up when we get to someplace a little different. All right. Well, thanks for coming along on the ride so far. And like I said, we'll get back to you. BJ and Joe out. Well, hello, we're back. We're back on the middle section, the older section of the Templeton Gap. Again, going along the drainage canal. Although this one's different, you know, because they didn't cement it, they left it all dirt. And it's funny because it has one deeper spot, you know, in all that land. But if it really rains, it will flood out into this whole plain, you know. Guess that's the idea, though, is that way it's got some place to spread out, you know. But yeah, hey, we're just back to cruising. Stopped off at McDonald's and got a cheap unsweetened iced tea. It's one nice thing about McDonald's. You know, during the summer, they got, you know, any size drink for, you know, like $1.39, and the tax comes up to $1.50, so can't beat that. But hey, Joe, I want to see where this bike lane on Nichols goes. Okay. Never been down here. And I'm just curious. I've been by, you know, we've been by here lots of times, but we've never seen where this particular bike lane goes, you know. Probably takes us over somewhere near, Fillmore and, the Templeton Gap Road. No, maybe not. Well, that's all the bike lane now. Not much of a bike lane, is it? Jeez. Oh, we'll just follow it on down and kind of find out where the heck we are. Looks like we'll probably end up down here at Stone. But yeah, that was a very short bike lane. That's probably the shortest bike lane I've ever seen. It kind of makes you wonder why they didn't bother. Whoa! Kind of makes you wonder why they didn't bother, you know, bring it all the way down. I mean, there's plenty of room. Yeah. Okay, well, this is going to take us back down to Stone Street. That's where this is going to take us. Yeah. Well, I think what we're gonna do is turn on El Paso here. El Paso is where is the street our post office is on, so yeah, sorry folks, this didn't turn out to be very scenic. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut her off. Okay, well, we're back. We found out that the Nichols Street bike lane is the shortest bike lane in the world. I think it's about 2 blocks long, and that's it. And then it goes into back streets, little industrial areas, back over to El Paso Street and Stone. So we took that over just to get back over to the Rock Island Trail for a bit. Stopped off and used the facilities at Bond Park. And now we're on Shook's Run heading south towards downtown. And yeah. Because of the heat, we're not going to stay out a whole lot longer. But we're going to go down to at least Pikes Peak Avenue on Shook's Run here. And then turn around and grab turn around and grab the Weber Street bike lane, probably back up to the Tasty Freeze drive-in, and get us a medium iced tea to go with our afternoon snack. Be a little early, but you know, because usually, you know, we don't try to eat the snack till like 1:30, you know, but you know, we got out pretty good today. We got out before 8:30, you know, because of the heat. But since it's only 11:30, we just hoping, you know, get at least another hour, well, or something like that. Just a little more to add to the video. Okay, got a crosswalk over trail again. That's it. This is the, now we're back on the old section, the asphalt section, which of course, like we've always said, if it's asphalt here in Colorado Springs on a bike trail, it's beat up. It's got cracks all the way across it. You know, the city looks at it like, well, we don't want to asphalt it because eventually we're going to concrete it, but that eventual might be, you know, 2050, you know, who knows. But yeah, our little adventure on the Nickel Street bike lane kind of took us kind of out of the whack, you know, as far as being able to hook up over to Nancy Lewis Park. But at least till October, mid-October, the facilities at Bond are open, Bond Park. And one I say about Nancy Lewis is that it's one of the few parks where the facilities are open pretty much all year long. They might close, you know, through the last couple weeks of December. Okay. Yeah, really steep entryways here. Transitions. And big old cracks. You can tell just by the way I'll tell you, the EIS system in this camera, this old GoPro 6, is really good, because if we were using my old GoPro 4, you know, it'd be look like I was bouncing on a trampoline right now. Okay, I'm going to show you how you cross Wasatch here, how you're supposed to cross Wasatch here, using the actual trail. We usually cut it and go, you know, jump up on the street, but I thought I'd show you how this is supposed to hook up. I've been fighting with the city for a couple of years now about them putting up some actual signage, you know, trail signage saying, hey guys, guess what, you have to cross the street to continue on the trail. But so far I have been ignored. Okay, got another steep transition here with a bit of a drop off. All right, now we're back on the trail. And once we get over here to the Good Neighbors Meeting House, we passing on your right, thank you. We'll pick up the cement part of the trail again. So yeah, I say this is the last two sections of this trail that aren't concrete. And you know, I mean, I know they can only do so much, and they're putting, you know, working themselves hard to get the Rock Island connector put together. They're not too far off. You know, they're doing all the what I call the beautification stuff now. And again, we'll show you what you're supposed to do instead of doing it like we normally do it. You're supposed to cross over and then turn. Gotta watch out for cars, of course. Oh, got a little too close. All right. Good Neighbors meeting place here. Cute little playground. Nice signage about the Shooks Run Trail. Give you a little history. Howdy. This is like I've said, this is one of the three trails here in Colorado Springs that was actually a railroad of some sort. I don't think it was a normal sized railroad. I want to say it was a narrow gauge. It was just a supply line, you know, from the Rock Island to probably downtown Colorado Springs. Then it would hook back in the main tracks that go along I-25, take you down to, you know, Fountain and Pueblo and you know, into New Mexico, maybe further. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, another not quite as rough transition here. And like we talked about before, this is part of the Legacy Loop Trail, which is not a loop yet. They have to finish the extreme southern part of it first. And it used to be the idea was a loop around the city to make it so you had access, everybody had access to parks. But now it's, you know, the city's so big, so it's more like a loop, an older loop around downtown, you know. Eventually they're going to have a crossing right there, an actual lighted crossing. Or I guess what happens is the crossing actually lights up hooked into this light here. Okay, well, this is going to be tough. Oh boy, I'm just barely going to make it. Can you get this thing, babe? Okay, thanks. But yeah, like I said, over that way, eventually they've, and I guess it's a fairly soon eventually, they're supposed to finish that and make it so there's an actual crosswalk over there, and then the cement will path will go down to the cement will go down to you know, right over here, and then hook in. You'll be able to go wherever you want to go. We got traffic behind us, bicycle traffic. That's interesting. We rarely ever get bicycle traffic. And it got a bit of a wobble there. Still looking for... Whoa, shit. Sorry. Go, Joe. There's people behind you. Get out of their way. Howdy.
How you doing?
Good. You check your mirrors every once in a while, kiddo.
Well, I checked them so I could make sure cars coming up on me, but I didn't see them. And then they had that weird horn.
Was that a horn?
Yeah.
It must be one of those electronic jobs.
Like, it sounded more like somebody
It was weird.
squealing their brakes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was more like a brake squeak. That's one of those. Oh, it starts with a B, and it's from you know Holland and that area, but it's a cargo bike. But that one there looks like it's kind of set up more for hauling kids. Howdy. So those are pretty cool, I have to admit. But you know, it's all on the front end instead of like the cargo bikes that you think of here in the United States. So I'm not really sure how it looks like it'd be really unstable, but I guess it's not. Oh, Joe didn't gear down. I can see she's in like 4th gear. I geared down. Still in 1, but I geared down. I put it down to like 3. And I have a little better gear range, well, kind of in a way. Joe actually has more gear range because she has a triple. You know, she has a triple chain wheel up front. I only have a single. So she has a 30, 40, 52. And I have a 46 up front. But since mine's a 9-speed and hers is only a 7-speed, although technically hers is a 21-speed, but she doesn't have as many steps in her cassette as I have in mine. So yeah, this is all part of the Shooks Run. They kind of call it Shooks Run North, Shooks Run Middle, and Shooks Run South. And I don't know exactly where it's going to end up, because right now it goes just past Fountain Boulevard, and it ends at a couple dead ends at a couple old railroad trestles where the train goes over, and it runs right by Las Vegas Street. But I'm not sure why they can't you know, just go under the train trestles and you know, complete the loop. But I'm not even sure where the loop is gonna go. My original understanding is that it was supposed to go all the way down and hook into Dorchester Park, and then into the Pikes Peak Greenway, going either north or south there at the Tejon Street trail head area. One nice thing about this path is it does have some shade. Yeah, you'll have to forgive me. I still think that if it's concrete, it's a path, And if it's dirt, well, concrete or asphalt, it's a path. And if it's dirt, it's a trail. So to me, this should be Shook's Run path. But I'm a weirdo. Hey, there's another little park. They got lots of little parks. Passing on your left, thank you. Still looking for that blue jean, baby. Pretty. Hello. Shake on. See her shake on the movie screen. Ah, it looks like Alan's over there in the Sustain Center. I see his van. He's got an old white van they call the Pope Mobile. But it is kind of surprising that I guess we can make it if we hurry. We have 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3. Ah! We made it. 2 seconds to spare. Looking for that blue jean, baby queen. Now if you want, we go all the way down to Fountain. If you don't want to, we'll go ahead and turn at Pikes Peak, or go up to Pikes Peak. I'll leave it up to you. Since you're leading. There's a really rough transition down here, so we gotta slow way down. 'Cause I mean, if you hit this thing with any speed, probably come clear off the seat on a recumbent trike. Because it has 2 drop-offs and then a heavy angle. That was not quite as bad. If you hear a little bit of a rattle, my left fender rattles. It just does. There's nothing I can do about it. I've tightened everything and it just rattles. I've kind of heard that's a semi-normal trait for ice fenders. They just kind of rattle naturally. What they probably need is like a little rubber bushing to go underneath the screw head. And this is just rough. Oh, bounce, rough. Bounce. All right, well, Joe's decided we're going this way. This takes you up to the Pikes Peak Avenue bike lane. It goes across. I guess this would be Shook's Run Creek. I don't know exactly which one it is. I don't know what it is, but thank you, sir. Sorry about that. Come on, Joe, kick up a level and go. There you go. Yeah, on these steep ones, you know, might as well just hit 2 and go. Somebody's alarm in the auto place here is going off. Yeah, now we're down into... Yeah, it's really funny, you know, most of the time I can't get one to hardly do anything. Level 1. And yet right there I was running 200 watts, you know, doing my best not to run over my wife. You know, and it just seems weird. There are some places where one kicks in. I guess it just has to do with the, you know, with the angle and the pedaling speed, because both these, according to Electric Bike Outfitters for Joe and Angle Tech for me, these are both cadence sensing e-assist systems. But I guess it's because hers is a rear hub motor And maybe because it's a little smaller. Hers is a 350 watt and mine's a 500. It's not a huge power difference, but it might give me a little bit of advantage in, say, like, you know, one of the levels. Especially in level 3, because my level 3 seems stronger than hers. Hey, they got the bike lane open, dear. We should have taken the bike lane. We can go straight. Well, not straight, but... they've been building on these apartments for a couple years now. And they haven't had this part of the bike lane open. So cool. Yeah, these are all brand new. Yeah, they're still building on the inside now. Oh, it's like they got some people that moved in though already. So they probably got, you know, like one phase of it's done, then they'll have another phase, you know. Howdy. We're into downtown here. Now I'll be honest with you. You know, a lot of people, you know, they got to have a big yard and all this other stuff, but I really wouldn't mind. I really would not mind living downtown. That would be great. You know, one of these lofts like over there on the Pueblo Bank and Trust building. I would love it. Night something. I can't. Oh, so they're going to do something with this building finally. Huh. But I couldn't read that they, you know, it had a neon sign, but it you know, being that it's not nighttime, it was really hard to read. Okay, so we're going to turn up Weber Street here. Hey Joe, pull over into the shade for me for a minute, would you? I want to get a look at what I got left here as far as time goes and battery. $22.38. Okay. Thank you. You know, we're where we're supposed to be. They have no right whatsoever to be beeping at us. Huh? Yeah. That red car beeped at us, dear. I was right next to it when it beeped at us. Yeah, I'm sorry. It just irritates me to no end. And I was in the military for 6 years, so cursing is a second language. I've done pretty good breaking it. I used to be a lot worse than I am now, so that just goes to show you how bad I am, because I used to be a lot worse. Because I don't care what anybody says, that is a second language if you're in the military. Now we're on the Weber Street bike lane. This is probably the best bike lane in the whole city. You know, yes, there's some traffic, but it's not terrible. And it's at least got the, you know, the doubled outside guard line. It's not as good as the ones downtown, because those are what they call buffered. Although I'm sorry, those little plastic things would do absolutely nothing to stop a car, except for get smashed. That's all they do. Okay, that's Palmer High School over there. That's the original high school here in Colorado Springs. Used to be called the Colorado Springs High School. And then they don't know when they decided to change the name and name it after the city founder. But yeah, so we'll probably head up to the Tasty Freeze Drive-In, because they should be open in about 6 minutes, and that's probably about how it probably takes a little longer than that to get there. Like I said, we don't hurry. Right now we're cruising at about 9 miles an hour. That's with level 1 e-assist, and looks like I'm in my third cog in the rear, and like I said, I only have a single chain wheel, so my 46 tooth chain wheel, and it's a very nice paced. You know, you can just kind of, one thing about the e-assist where it helps, it kind of helps you keep a you know, just a steady pace. Now, you know, it may not be a fast pace, but it helps you keep a steadier pace. Oh, check out this Harley. Whoa. That's one of them 32-inch front wheels. Yeah, that's pretty damn radical there, boy. Woo. That is radical. I don't think I'd like that, I'll be honest. I think it would really really upset the handling of the bike, but I could be wrong. You know, I've never ridden one. So yeah, so by the time we get up to the Tasty Freeze Drive-In, I'll be just probably out, I'll either be out of battery or out of card, one of the two. Probably out of battery. The battery always seems to beat the the battery always seems to die faster than the card. One of these days I got to get a second battery for this 6. I have a second battery for the camera Joe uses, the 4, but I don't have one for the 6, and of course they don't use the same battery. Couldn't get that lucky. Seems like every time they change you know, they change the number, you know, they up the number, they change the style of the battery, so you have to buy, you know, more batteries on top of that. Although, you know, I try, you know, I really don't mind that it kind of runs out, because, you know, if it goes to normal, this video will last pretty close to an hour, you know, somewhere between 55 minutes and an hour. And I think that's about all you poor people can stand of my yakking. Okay, watch out for that white truck, sweetie. Might want to ding your bell. I think he sees us. Yeah, I know sometimes I curse the drivers, but I will say that most of them are pretty good, you know. It's just a few. They gotta be belligerent, you know, because that's the old, you know, what are you doing on my road? It's not your road. Yes, you pay taxes on it, but so does everybody else that has a car. And I will let you know, I am all for the idea that, you know, the city give us a little license plate and go by the same type of deal that they do for the cars, you know. Goes by the weight, the year, and the value. And I'd be more than happy to pay a road, you know, have that be part of a road tax, because then they couldn't say anything. But you know, for many years we had a car, and you know, if we had the income, we'd still have either a van or a truck. So we paid a lot of taxes to these roads that we use. So I just don't want to hear it. It's called Share the Road. And what I always think is funny is the people who drive and are so belligerent, you know, like when they take a street like Weber and they put bike lanes on it. Oh, at first, oh, all you hear is the complaints, yada yada yada. But after it's done and they figure out, oh hey, these bicycles aren't in our way, they have their own lane, then you know, then it's not so bad. Then it was a good idea. Yeah, the heat is really starting to come on now. It's basically noon, and it's so funny. It's like somebody flips a switch. When we're gonna have 90s, it's like it's okay, and then all of a sudden it gets anywhere noon. It gets anywhere noon, and like I said, it's like somebody throws on the heaters, man. Whew. It gets toasty quick. So we pushed it yesterday. We were out till, you know, 2:30. We're not gonna do that today. We're gonna grab us a medium iced tea up here at the Tasty Freeze Drive-In. Pretty cool little place, you know, kind of a 50s style, although they don't deliver out to your car. They probably did back in the day. That little guy, that little restaurant's been there since 1955, so it's as old as I am. Howdy. I don't even know who that is. Somebody knows us. It's pretty funny. Oh, I guess, is it a year ago or 2 years now? I think it's about 2 years. Getting towards 2 years that we became celebrities here in town for just a little while. First off, we had an interview with our local paper, the Gazette-Telegraph, or I guess it's now just called the Gazette. I'm old. It will always be the Gazette-Telegraph. And you know, in their, you know, kind of their home section area. And you know, it was really nice. They took our pictures, and you know, we showed them, you know, coming home with our, you know, with the trailer hooked up with our load of groceries for the week, and they took a couple other pictures, and so they had that in there. And then out of the blue, a young gentleman on Fox News 21, Channel 21, he decided they wanted to do an interview with us. So we were actually on, you know, it was in a, you know, I mean, it wasn't prime time or anything. It was in kind of their home area section, you know. But yeah, and you know, even to this day, just like there, somebody will know who we are. And sometimes we know who they are, but a lot of times we don't. because those two ladies were on the renta electric bikes. Can't think of it. Oh, the Pike Ride bikes. P-I-K-E-R-I-D-E. Pike Ride. I don't know why they didn't call them Peak Ride. That'd have been cooler. But now they're Pike Ride. And they have them stationed, they're, electric bicycles, two-wheelers. They have them stationed all over town. It's too bad that, they don't have, at least one recumbent trike you could rent, I've always thought that if I ever, when Joe hits her Powerball, if it's a big one, one of them killers, it's up to, 800 million and above, I would think very seriously about starting a e-trike, e-bike rental service all across the United States. Where every station had at least 2 e-trikes. I have a funny feeling that it would go over well, and it would really increase the ridership of recumbent trikes. Because one of the reasons our numbers is so little is that, unless you go to a recumbent dealer, and we only have one. I mean, there's like one in Denver, one in Colorado Springs, one in Fort Collins, I think it is, way up north, almost to Wyoming. Where men are men and sheep are scared, and but they yeah, so and there's no exposure to recumbent trikes. It's all, the advertisements almost all word of mouth, unless you happen to be doing a particular bike show or something like that, then you might get a little mention. But recumbents are definitely the red-haired stepchild of the bicycling world. All the Tour de France wannabes, not all of them. Some of them are pretty nice, and they're just happy we're out riding. So because the more people they can get out riding, the more the more that the city parks department can justify, more bike lanes, more bike trails, hooking up the bike trails that we do have, which is what I wish they would really concentrate on for the next 10 years. No new trails, just hooking up every single trail they already have. To where you could actually have several loops, I would love to see them put together the Homestead Trail, because and have it hook, because right now it does hook into the Cottonwood Creek Trail, but to get there is impossible, because like part of the trail to get there is like single track dirt. Well, you ain't gonna be able to get a trike to work with that. So, but yeah, just to get everything hooked up and then go back to making new trails. That's where I really wish they'd concentrate. Well, we're coming up on the Tasty Freeze, and I'm sure I'm getting way down there in the battery power. So, as usual, thanks for coming along for the ride. Thanks to our subscribers. Bless your hearts for sticking with us. And if you're new, welcome. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. Our channel will always be free. We're out and about on the recumbents. Our channel will always be free. I'm never going to hook up Patreon or put different levels if you pay so much a month, blah blah blah. That's not what this is about. This is just for the fun of it. And howdy. And yeah, like I said, we're almost there. So just remember, it's enough to be on your way. It's enough just to cover ground. It is enough to be moving on. So get off that couch and get moving on. However you can. Walk, ride, trike, whatever it takes. And we will see you on our next ride. Oh, if you want to be notified of our next ride, our next video, please click on the bell logo, little bell logo. That's on the YouTube page itself. And okay, I gotta back up here. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. I'm gonna come around this side right here and leave room for people to get by the best I can. Okay, right there. That should do it just fine. They can get by everywhere, so. Okay. So for Joe and BJ, till next time, happy trails.